This conversation starts calm and then everything shifts. Let's break it down on Choir Media.
Hello. Hello. Hi. Hey, unmute yourself.
Hi. Hi.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. I'm above and beyond to get back onto the stream because I was kicked off earlier.
Mm-hmm. So
But
how old
I'm
are
back.
you? How old are
Huh?
you? How old are you?
I'm 39 as of April.
All right. And what do you got for me? Shout out to the bonnet
Um,
crew.
yeah, well,
Bang
I
bang bonnets.
I may be a dude, maybe, but hear me out. I've been
Okay.
wanting to pick your brain. Um, I need your advice on how to properly be a breadwinner. How do I know you said the acronym dude. I get it.
Are you
But I'm
married?
asking how to be a dude, how to be a provider. Because I really want to take
Are
care of.
you married?
I'm engaged.
Do you make the most money?
Yes, I currently have a net worth of over $1 million. And this year I accidentally racked up above 400,000 so far in quarter two,
And
unfortunately.
okay. And
Especially
so the issue is how to do what to be a breadwinner and what?
um I have no reference. Like I never knew I would be in this role. Like
Okay.
2 years ago, 2 years
Okay.
ago I was
You have the money. How
well
long have you
now
been
I
how long have you been with
n-
the man?
we've been talking since New Year's, him and
All
I.
right. So I don't know what the question is. How to live as a wife and a breadwinner?
Well, how to provide for a house husband.
Well, why does he need to be a house husband?
Well, because when I did my research on
No,
how
no.
to
Why
make,
does why does he need to be a house husband? Do you have any children?
oh, no, we're both childless.
How old is he?
He's 40.
Is he in a wheelchair?
No,
Then I
but
don't care. I don't care how much money you make. He still needs to go to work.
it's it's worthless. $20,000 a year. He might as well stay home.
Spoken like a woman. Oh Jesus. No, it's not.
Anything
No, it's not. It's no, it's not. It is of absolute worth that a man work. See,
okay.
sadly, so many women have tied a man's value as to his economic competence.
No, no, no. He does have
Listen,
value
listen,
in
listen,
other areas.
listen.
Uh-huh.
You gotta learn how to listen. Just because you make money, fine. That man still needs a sense of purpose and to sit at a house, being a house husband when there's nothing to do. It's not like there
Now
are kids at home.
he's going to do other things. I want him to try to see what he wants to do as his own business, like try out stuff. But he's absolutely miserable at his job right now. He works
Did he go to
retail at Target.
college?
Yes, I went to college.
Did he go to college?
Yes.
Did he graduate?
Yes, but for the longest he was a professional student. That's words out of his mouth, not mine. I wouldn't call him that.
So you're married. Okay, so why are you marrying this guy?
You're gonna think I'm silly because you don't agree with this. I've watched enough of your videos. I marry for love.
Okay. You got the money to afford it, go right ahead. But then you're also marrying what it sounds to be an ineffectual beta male.
Well, I mean, I think he's talented
Of
in
course you
plenty of
do.
areas.
Of course you do, because you don't have to rely on him to be anything other than a house husband.
No, I want him to be a partner eventually. I need him
No,
to not
he's a
believe.
dependent. You're not talking about, ma'am, you're not talking about a partner. You're talking to me about how to help him become something, a man. This is all out of line. You are going to marry a dependent. You're going to
Well,
have You're going
At
to have
first, he's going to be a dependent, but
no. That's
I'm
what
going to
he's
build him up to be
stop.
my partner.
This
We're
is
going to be
this
business
is why.
partners.
See, this is what. Shut. No, you're not building shit. 40 years in life, he hasn't built himself up to be anything else. You can't make him. You ladies think you can change men. If he ain't nothing now, just because you got money and think you can love him into being a man, that's not going to work. He has to want to be a man on his own terms. How much does he earn annually?
$20,000 a year.
And then you are marrying a beta male. So you're the husband,
He's
he's the wife.
he's also.
Man,
I,
ma'am,
I just
ma'am,
say something
ma'am,
quick.
ma'am, you wanted to pick my brain. I don't need to
Okay.
know what you think about it.
No,
I know
no,
you
I'm not what I
you've
think.
convinced you've choose if you choose to marry this man, you take everything that comes along with it. If he spends all the money, if you make it and he blows it and he does and he's not grateful, don't complain because he sounds to be rather irresponsible. And that's sad because that's not man shit. I'm not judging the amount of money. I'm judging he's a professional student at 40 years old. You're talking about what you're going to build him into. He's not the
Well,
fucking bionic man. He needs to be a man.
because that's why I wanted to clarify real quick. When I came along, now he's suddenly inspired to try to become a man.
He's inspired by your money and lack of and being able to sit on his ass.
No,
Okay,
actually,
you're right.
no, no. Just hear me out. I I proposed that position to him. He was willing to entertain it, but now he's coming back being like, "Well, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do that." You like
Can he
inspired.
afford to do any of this on his own?
He
Can
probably
can he
can't
can
afford
he
to
afford to
start his
do
own
any?
business.
Can he the things he's talking about doing? Can he afford to pay for them on his own?
No.
That he doesn't need to be doing them.
Okay, well, he can afford to get a better job, and he's inspired to also do that. And I've told him, well, you should be searching for at least, maybe $60,000 a year job. You're worth that.
No, he's not.
My
No, he's
he's
not.
he's having
No, he's
issues with
not.
his
No, he's
self-worth.
not. No, he's not.
Yeah, I know his talents.
He's not.
Yes,
Excuse
he's
me.
very
Don't
talented.
talk. Oh, you don't overtalk me.
Okay.
Competence gets compensated. Why do you think he's worth 60,000 if he makes 20?
Because he's never allowed himself to have a chance.
What is his degree in?
He has I think 2 or 3. I think, yeah, 3 degrees, but they're all associates.
Uh huh.
One was in mechanic, like it wasn't engineering, it was relating to CAD. The other one was jewelry making, so he knows how to make jewelry. That's pretty cool. And I think he studied psychology, but then like he dropped out of it. So I think he has 2
I'll make you
degrees,
famous.
not 3.
Uh huh. And on the open market, that equates to shit.
He's also a part-time artist.
Keep digging, man. Keep digging. Competence gets compensated. He's competent at being a bum. You're marrying a bum.
Well, he has high functioning autism, so
I don't
that
care.
puts him
I
back
don't
on his
care. The world
soft
doesn't.
skills.
Okay, a high functioning autism. Look, man.
His
The world
soft
doesn't.
back.
Okay, look, look, lady. I'm trying to be reasonable, but I don't
Okay.
care. The world doesn't care about all these excuses. He's 40 and he makes $20,000. You say he can do this and do that. The world has said no, he can't because he doesn't. He doesn't, and he hasn't. And my question is, why are you talking to me about what he needs to be and he's the man? Well, I'm sorry, he's not a man, he's a male. And all I'm
No,
saying
that
is, if you want to marry him, ma'am, and you love him, fine. Just, I would say you need to make sure he doesn't have any control over any of the money or any of the ways to run the family in a financial ditch because he sounds to be rather bummish.
yeah, I have a prenup. We're gonna
I
do
don't
a
care about
prenup.
prenups are one thing. What did I say? Access to any of the finances, meaning can he sign off checks by himself or does he need a co-signer?
Okay, I see what you mean. But I'm not here to ask about him. I'm here to ask about how I can treat him well. Like, there's not that many resources for when the
Treat
tables are
him well. It
turned.
sounds like he's being treated damn well. It sounds like you're gonna have a pet in him. I mean, what else? What do you mean you treat him well? You're gonna have a roof over his head that he can't afford, food that he can't afford, clothes he can't afford. What else do you mean treat him well?
Well, like I don't know what it's like
All right,
having to be the
okay. So here's what
breadwinner.
you do. Here's what you do. You take some of them millions and you book you several
Trying.
sessions. That's what you do because that ain't even the subject. See, I'm not
Okay.
your man. And if you want my advice, I've already answered your questions as well as I can. If you really want to know, book a session, book several. But you're gonna pay me to fix your shit for this busted bum. If you want to invest in them, pay me.
So
Thank you.
if I book a session, would you tell me how to build him up into a
If you book
man,
a
or
session,
are
you
you
book a
gonna?
session, the session will go the way it is. I'm going. It depends on what we're talking about. But as far as building them up, man, I will be honest with you right now. You cannot be his motivation.
I understand, and I've told him that. Yeah.
But the point of the matter, I got a question for you. Why is your
Hmm.
self esteem so low that you had to go get a bum?
I don't have low self-esteem.
Fuck you don't.
I give every man an
So you
equal
so you can
opportunity.
find a better one.
Yeah, my last relationship, that man earned
I'm not just saying. I'm not
$150,000 a
just
year.
saying about the money. I'm just
Yeah.
saying as far as drive, ambition, man, shit, and who left that relationship.
The men who've dated me left. I've never left. They've left me.
That might be what you need to book your session on because you got what you can keep.
I can tell you why though.
Yeah, you gonna
Because
sell you no
prior to
no no no
making
no
all
no
this,
no 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 no. You gonna tell me and you gonna pay me. That's enough.
I was homeless.
Don't just drop all that drivel off on me. You don't owe anybody fixing them up. A 40-year-old man, like I said, if you want to marry him and knowing who he is, cool. See, when stuff like that happens, and if she gets taken to the cleaners or whatever, nobody needs to feel sorry for that. Nope, nope, not at all. That's why I'm like, I treat people like, say the things that most folks should say. It makes no sense. You want it more than he does for him. So that's so sad. So Jessica, I'm sorry. Jessica, I probably unleashed this massive twirl on you. Jessica X, I'm sorry. But she's a twirl. She's a twirl and she's twirling us all. Oh my god, I'm just twirling and twirling and twirling. But I really want to talk. See, next time, if you want to troll, talk, come up and actually have a conversation. Get a good microphone. We can have the conversation, but you can't come on and troll and try to run stuff. That won't work. So anyway, that was a good show. It's getting late. I got to go. Things is good. Things is great. Godfather's in Manhattan for a week. New York City for a week. Here's the thing. If I run into you in New York City, do me a favor. Elbow bump always, no handshake. Number one. Number two, yes, I'm cool to take a picture. But three, I appreciate it. But a lot of times if you may catch me out at a restaurant, I'm not going to sit down and like eat dinner with you or something like that. I mean, it's kind of weird. I don't know you and I don't want to sit there and commit to sharing a meal with you because I got stuff to do. I eat and work at the same time. And I get some people are just like, oh, I just think it would be a nice gesture. I appreciate the gesture. Um, but more people are starting to ask, let's go to lunch, let's go to dinner. And most people want to just pick your brain. Due respect, if you want to pick my brain, book a session. You're not going to get to pick my brain for the price of a sandwich or even a steak. Pay me what I'm worth. That will always be. I got no problem declaring my value. None. Zip zero nada. So that was good. That was great. Tomorrow night on Instagram promises to be interesting. Instagram is starting to jump, man. If y'all haven't been on Instagram lately, more and more people are starting to come through. Instagram is going to be a happening spot. But I got to go. It's been past 2 hours. I'm tired. Like I always say, till next time, peace.
All right, this conversation is interesting because on the surface, it sounds like the caller is asking a simple question. How do I become a good breadwinner when I'm already the higher earner? But as Kevin starts asking questions, the real issue becomes much deeper. This woman is successful. She's making serious money, she's built a career, and she's clearly capable of taking care of herself. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's something that should be respected. But the question isn't whether she's successful. The question is whether the man she's choosing is actually compatible with the future she wants. And that's where I think Kevin's questioning becomes interesting. She's talking about marrying a man who's significantly less financially established than she is. And at the same time, she's talking about wanting to help him become more ambitious, help him figure out what he wants to do, and essentially help him build himself up. That's where I personally pump the brakes. There's a huge difference between supporting your partner and trying to manufacture your partner. You can encourage somebody. You can support their goals. You can help them when they're going through a difficult period, but you can't want their success more than they want it themselves, because eventually that becomes exhausting. And I think Kevin's question about motivation is probably one of the most important points in the entire conversation. If this man is 40 years old, he has to have his own reason for getting up every morning and pursuing something. It can't simply be, I met a woman with money, so now I can finally become the man I should have been. That motivation has to come from within. Now, I also think we have to be fair to the caller here. Kevin is extremely harsh when he describes her fiancé as a dependent or a beta male. And I don't necessarily agree that someone's income automatically determines their worth as a man. A person can earn less money and still be an excellent partner. Money is important, but character, reliability, emotional maturity, work ethic, loyalty, and responsibility matter too. So I wouldn't reduce this entire situation to $20,000 versus $400,000. That's too simplistic. The bigger question is, does this man have ambition? Does he contribute? Does he take responsibility? Does he have goals? Does he follow through? Does he make his woman feel like she has a partner? Or does she feel like she has another person to manage? Those questions are much more important. And there's another thing that stood out to me. The caller keeps saying she wants him to become something more. She wants him to find a better career. She wants him to explore business ideas. She wants him to become more independent. And that's all well and good, but if you're already doing all of that planning for him, you have to ask yourself whether you're becoming his partner or his manager. Because once you become the person constantly telling your partner what he should do with his life, the relationship can start feeling less romantic and more like a parent-child dynamic. And that's dangerous. You shouldn't have to drag a grown adult toward his own potential. If he wants more out of life, he should be the one getting up and pursuing it. Now, I actually liked one part of Kevin's argument. Don't marry potential. That's a lesson that applies to both men and women. Don't marry somebody because of who you think they could become. Marry them because of who they are right now, while understanding that they're still going to grow, because everybody changes. But you can't build a marriage around a future version of somebody that may never show up. And that's where compatibility comes into play. If she genuinely doesn't mind being the primary breadwinner, that's her choice. If she makes enough money that supporting the household doesn't bother her, that's also her choice. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. But she needs to be completely honest with herself about whether she will still feel the same way 5, 10, or 15 years from now. Because it's easy to say, money doesn't matter to me when you're financially comfortable. But what happens when resentment starts building? What happens when she starts thinking, I'm doing everything while he's comfortable? What happens when she wants him to take more initiative? That's when these differences become real problems. And I think that's the real takeaway from this conversation. Don't just ask, do I love this person? Ask, can I build the life I want with this person? Those are two different questions. You can genuinely love somebody and still be incompatible with them. You can care deeply about someone and still realize that the relationship isn't giving you the future you want. And that's not necessarily anybody being a bad person. Sometimes two good people simply aren't a good match. So for this CA,